What's going on YouTube? It's your boy Polo Evolve back with another video. This is actually the first episode of the Evolve series where I'm going to be documenting my day trading journey as well as some fitness style content and also some life advice type of content as well. If you guys watched my previous video, which was my introductory video, then you guys know a little bit of the backstory. But since this is the first episode, let me run through that backstory again. So I'm 28 years old right now, and I've been day trading for about 5 years now. Pretty unsuccessful up until this point. I've seen some success in the past, but overall I've been unsuccessful. Hoping to change that with this series. Throughout the series, you guys are going to see the change happening. And also, about 3 years ago, my mom was diagnosed with an autoimmune disease, and due to that, she is actually bedridden now. So I've been a primary caregiver for her for about 3 years now. So that has definitely been pretty challenging, to say the least, since I am 28 years old, and my life has shifted drastically due to that as well. But it's also put a chip on my shoulder to desire to become more disciplined and become that provider figure for my family. I want to be the guy that takes care of everyone, and anytime they have a problem, they got to come to me, and hopefully I can solve it for them, right? That's the type of guy I'm aspiring to be. And I've been training in the gym for about 10 years, so you guys see I got that physique a little bit. I would say my physique is better than average. So that's the recap for the backstory. Now let's jump right into this week's trading results. So if you guys watched the introductory video, you guys know I started this 50k eval last week, and I actually had an eval that I passed before that, got funded, blew the funded, so that was a bit of a hit. So this was the second eval, I guess. Well, let's just say this is the eval for the Evolve series. And so far, the results, we'll go down to what's happened so far. We are up about 2,900, so we're 100 away from getting funded. So kudos, good. But at the same time, it doesn't really matter because I've been funded multiple times before. What we're really looking for here is consistent payouts, right? So getting into this on Friday when I started on the 22nd, I definitely risk more on the evals because I don't really care to fail it. I don't want to spend an absurd amount of time doing these evals. So with that being said, I'm cool with risking more. So you guys can see I made $1,000. Definitely took a bunch of trades. I'm usually trading micros, so I like to scale in. So you see here, this is 9 trades, 3 trades, 14 trades, 7 trades, 2 trades, 3 trades. These ones, what I ended up doing on these ones, well, actually, let me just go through it all. So made $1,000. Started off the week, I wanted to be consistent and I wanted to focus on doing 1 trade a day, which clearly I took a little bit more, but I didn't take any more than, I want to say 2. I was taking like 2 trades a day. I don't think I took 3. Maybe on Tuesday I took 3, but the results are not too bad. Like I said, I want to risk more on the evals, but I want to stick to my plan as much as possible. A big thing was I wanted to avoid trading Asian session because Asian session is an absolute killer, and I wanted to avoid over risking and managing my positions a whole lot better, which I feel like I did a whole lot better this week than I would have previously. I'm going to get into a couple of trades. I'm going to show you guys on TradingView. Let's go to Wednesday's trade because Wednesday's trade, that day is the only day I took a loss. And so before I show you guys what trades I took on Wednesday, I wanted to tell you guys that I actually took my mom to an appointment, a doctor's appointment on Wednesdays. And that was like, I want to say at 11 a.m. really. No, it was like at 10 a.m. So I shouldn't have traded is what I'm saying. Because I had to, my mom prepared. Oh, this light turned off. It's back. All right. I don't know why the fuck that turned off. Is it because it overheats maybe? Anyway, because I had to take my mom, anytime I had to take my mom to like an appointment or rehab or anything like that, I should never trade because in the past, it always goes south. And clearly that's what happened on this day as well. But I'm glad I stopped the bleeding, because normally when I take a loss like this in the past, I would go on tilt and just like chase those losses, revenge trading. I know everyone's been there. I would do that a lot, and I'm glad I didn't. I took, basically, I'll show you guys here. I'll show you guys on, I know this is not really futures. This is XAU. It's not GC, but same price action. So we'll go down to Wednesday, right? This was the trade. Oh, shoot. So this light keeps overheating. So you guys might not see the face cam too much. I don't know if you guys even care, but let me throw on my lights. All right, back in action. So we have, so I saw this on the 1 hour, right? Where is this? Yes, and yes, right here. So I saw this on the 1 hour. I should have got in earlier here, but I didn't. So I got here on the break of the previous 1 hour high being broken. And what ended up happening was I had the 30-minute stop loss, right? As you guys can see, I had the previous 30-minute stop loss right here. The 1 hour created a steeper bottom wick without actually breaking the previous 1 hour low, and eventually continued in my position. So had I just, because I knew going into this trade, I guess I would just had like a little bit of a, I guess I got really greedy. So I'm like, okay, let me lower my stop loss and raise and up this position size so I can catch a bigger move or like make more profit. But I should have listened to my gut, because my gut was you have the safer stop loss at the previous 1 hour, and if it hits your stop loss, that's fine, whatever. After I took this L, I immediately, well, not immediately, but I wanted to see what other opportunities the market might have, and I went to the good old US 30, and I entered here once it broke this previous, I guess that's a little resistance that I had marked up. Once it broke it, market opened, so I knew volume was hidden. It did not hit my stop. It did not hit my take profit, but it ended up hitting break even. So I'm glad I moved that position to break even. I know even if I had it initially had the stop loss all the way down here, would it have gotten hit, and TP would have been in fact hit. But at the same time, I'm glad I took break even, and I calmed myself down, and I told myself, listen, go take your mom to her appointment, because that is more important. We don't want trading to take over everything in life. We literally just want to be in the market for about an hour or two, take a little slice of the pie, and that's it, right? We want to keep it moving. And some days you're not going to win all the time, and that's fine. And so I'm really glad that happened, because I took that L. You guys can see the $702 L, and then the next day I come, take one entry, boom, make my money back, almost all of it. And then on Friday, this is where all the real opportunities came in, because I'll show you guys on gold. It's basically super bullish, man. On the daily, it was just like it was bound to happen with the recent Trump news. I don't know what he was talking about, but I think he wanted to fire someone from the Federal Reserve. It didn't end up happening or something, whatever. It basically, gold has been bullish. And so like here, I know, what is this, on Wednesday, I had a chance to go the other way. But once Thursday's daily candle close like this, I knew Friday, bro, we're at least touching up here, this little resistance level that is tapped 1, 2, 3, 4 times. It's just so happened that it's closed above. So next week we're probably gonna see some all-time highs for gold. That's what I'm anticipating. We're definitely gonna touch this wick at the very least. So that's that, guys. I'm basically funded. I don't want to say that, but I am basically funded, because I just need $113, $112 until I can close out this eval, and then I'll be funded. And then from there, same thing. We want to execute on the same way, and we're gonna get these payouts, and hopefully I can document all that for you guys. And yeah. Every day I do is I am lost in the pages. I need a face, dropping my space. Get out my. When you're trying to achieve something in life, or any type of goal that you might have, understand it's going to be very boring, and that's okay, because what I've realized is anything worth having in this life, it's going to be hard, especially being a primary caregiver for my mom for the last, I guess, 2 to 3 years. I haven't been able to, I guess, quote unquote, go out with my friends and do what everyone my age is doing right now, which is they're living their normal 9 to 5s, which, by the way, I don't even subscribe to that notion anyway, so that doesn't really matter to me. But when it comes to other things like socializing and going out and getting married, a lot of my friends are doing that now. it's one of those things that I had to wrap my head around mentally and get over that hurdle, because initially you can feel that FOMO where it's like, all my friends are doing this. I kind of feel left out. But at the end of the day, you got to realize, when you have a grand vision of something, you must understand that there's only a select few or a small percentage of people that are going to have these grand visions. And in order for you to achieve that grand vision, it requires you to do a lot of things that most people are not doing. And so that's really what it is at the end of the day. Once I wrap my head around that fact, I realized, you know what? It's okay if all my friends are doing X, Y, and Z. It doesn't matter, because I know in order to get to where I want to go in life, I must be doing things differently. And it's up to me to figure out what those things are. But I just wanted to stress that notion, because I don't know if some of you guys might be feeling the same way. Maybe you're just getting into entrepreneurship or trying to take a risk in your life. This is something that has affected me mentally, and I'm pretty sure it's affecting other people too. So I just want to get that out there so you guys have a better clarity when it comes to that. You don't feel left out. There's no need. You're going to feel FOMO, but take a deep breath and let it pass, brother. Let it pass.